Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to do something a little different. I've been doing quite a bit of different things lately, if you haven't noticed. Um, I want to answer some frequently asked questions about a movie. Now, how do I find these frequently asked questions? Well, I am getting them from IMDb. IMDb has a frequently asked question page where, people, I guess, have asked these questions because, hey, everybody doesn't know everything. And look, I don't know everything either. But guess what? I'm going to try to answer it the best way I can without actually looking at the answer. So if I don't know, I might be giving you a bullshit answer, which most likely most of these will be bullshit answers. But the best to my knowledge, okay? And if I am having a little trouble, I will take a little peek at what the actual answer is. But I think I can answer most of these, right? It's like, if someone asks you, hey, David, how are babies born? You say they are brought by the stork who brings them to your doorstep. That's how you would tell a kid, anyways. So let's get on with this. Starting with the first question: what kind of machine was used at the dig site in Snakewater, Montana? So I guess that's the dig site that was at the beginning of the film. I just watched the film 2 nights ago. Last night I watched The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and then the night before the original Jurassic Park. I'm having a Jurassic Park marathon. And so that's why I thought I'd start with this movie. So yes, what kind of machine was it? Well, it was an old computer, I'll tell you that much. I don't know what kind of computer. I'm going to guess it was a Microsoft computer. I think they were around during the time. I don't know. They've been around for a long time. It could have been IBM. I don't know. Was Apple around back then? Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to guess it was a Macintosh computer. Macintosh. That's Mac. Okay, so what did I say before? I don't remember what I said before. It's an old computer, and it didn't work very good from what I remember. I remember whenever Dr. Grant touched it, the static would start beaming like crazy. So it was a really crappy computer. That's all I know. So there we go. Okay, moving on. What is Jurassic Park about? So Jurassic Park is about an old man who if you haven't seen Jurassic Park for the first time, I'm not probably the best person to tell you what it's about. It's about an old man who starts a park, and an accident happens at the park, or an accident happens, and I guess he's getting sued or something. And so the lawyer and the lawyer for the investors are, they want to know, like, is this park safe? Well, I don't know where our money is going, and I don't know if this is the right guy to handle our money. So he invites two scientists and a chaotician to come and check out the park to see if it's okay. And while at the park, shit goes bad. Things go to shit. Something like that. And yeah, chaos reigns, and the dinosaurs eat people, and that's the best stuff in the movie. People running away from the dinosaurs, seeing the dinosaurs cause terror. It's awesome. So, with that being said, that's what Jurassic Park is about. There might be like some circle of life thing to it as well. So, life will find a way, as Jeff Goldblum puts it. Moving on, is Jurassic Park based on a book? Yes. And I have read the book, and it's probably one of the last full novels I read. That was back in high school. I don't remember what grade I was in. It was around the time, it was 2001 because Jurassic Park 3 was coming out. And when I learned that the original film was based off a book, I decided to go back and read the original book because I was looking forward to the third film, as we know how that movie turned out to be. Not a movie I hated, but it was a movie that, not as good as the original. Moving on, where is Isla Nublar, Costa Rica, located? Isla Nublar, yeah, is an island. So it's located in the ocean. So there's your answer. Moving on. How did they go about cloning the dinosaurs' DNA? Well, they found a mosquito that was stuck in a honey sap or something, and they took the DNA out of the mosquito, even though the mosquito could have, bitten a lot of other animals back then. So I don't know how that would get like mixed in there and all that. Like, because what if that mosquito also like bit a caveman? Would the caveman's blood be in the mosquito as well? I have no idea. And then they would mix the dinosaur DNA with a frog's DNA because the full dinosaur DNA wasn't really there. And look, whatever they did, it was science mumbo jumbo that didn't make any sense. So, moving on. We have, what is the Spanish translation for the dialogue spoken by the amber mine workers? So that was probably in the beginning of the movie, right? Where the lawyer was meeting the Spanish guy who was at the cave, at the mine. I don't remember what they said, but I'm sure it was like, go eat shit or something like that, because people hate lawyers. Not all lawyers, so I just, don't hate on me, any lawyers out there that might be watching this. But usually people... Never mind. Moving on. Why was the Triceratops sick? Well, just like people today, we're all getting sick. And just like people today, some people don't know how to stay inside. And the Triceratops clearly didn't know how to stay inside his home and decided to eat shit that he wasn't supposed to. And then he plopped out a lot of shit. And you know what Jeff Goldblum said. That's one big pile of shit. So, moving on. Was Gennaro actually using the toilet when he was eaten by the T-Rex? I like to think so. And I like to think that when the Tyrannosaurus ate him, he was eating him while he was taking a shit. You know what I noticed? This video right now has a lot of me using the word shit. So let's try to limit that, okay, guys? Even though my channel is aimed towards adults, because I don't think kids want to hear what I want to say. I think, yeah, let's try to limit the word shit, okay? Why am I telling you guys? It should be me telling myself that. I probably am. Anyways, moving on. Where did the massive gap in the T-Rex paddock come from? The massive gap. There was like a moment like when the it looks like it's leveled, and then all of a sudden it like goes all the way down. I always wondered that myself, and I just think that Spielberg was like, don't pay attention to that. Moving on. How does the movie end? Well, the movie ends with people leaving Dr. Grant. This is a spoiler alert, by the way. Dr. Grant, Dr. Hammond, or John Hammond, Malcolm, Dr. Sattler, and the two kids getting into a helicopter and flying away, and they see pelicans flying onward with them. I didn't understand what that meant. I guess it's because they think Grant was reminiscing that one day these dangerous dinosaurs were turned into birds, but well, we'll see from the next Jurassic Park movie. That doesn't look like evolution is going that quickly because, yeah. How did the T-Rex enter the visitor's center at the end of the movie? Well, considering that raptors knew how to open doors, I'm going to guess that the Tyrannosaurus Rex knew how to open a door. So, I mean, T-Rexes, they're supposed to have smaller brains, but then how small are the raptors' brains? Either way, I like to think that the T-Rex also knew how to open the door and opened it himself and said, hey, yo, I'm here, bitches. So there you go on that. How is it actually possible to clone dinosaurs? Well, you know what? That's an interesting question because there was actually a report resurfaced recently that dinosaurs, back in 2015, there was a report saying that dinosaurs will be possible to make in 5 years. Well, guess what? It's been 5 years, and I don't see no dinosaurs, but maybe that's a good thing because I think we should be dealing with one pandemic at a time, okay? So let's not get to the dinosaurs just yet. Let's hold off on that for a little bit. What are some of the differences between the film and the novel? Well, as someone who read the novel, I can say there are quite a lot of differences. Some scenes from the novel make their way in other movies, like the scene in The Lost World Jurassic Park, the opening scene, where the little girl gets eaten by the compies. That's actually in the original Jurassic Park novel. There's also another moment where Dr. Grant and the two kids are on a raft together that they kind of put in Jurassic Park 3. Also, Hammond dies at the end of the first movie, or the first novel, sorry, which would make it impossible to bring him back in the Lost World Jurassic Park, because if he died in the first movie, just like he did in the novel, and he's kind of like an asshole kind of character. Also, the lawyer, I remember, was described as being a little bit more muscular, if I remember correctly. So, and also the biggest difference between the movie and the novel is that one, you just have to watch for 2 hours. The other one, it might take you a couple of days because you have to read the whole damn thing. This is why movies are better. Moving on. We have, what's the next one I'm on? Oh, how accurate are the dinosaur reconstructions according to modern science? If that question is asking how are the way dinosaurs look compared to the way science says they look, which is what I think the question is asking, I'm going to say from what I understand, like velociraptors look totally different from what they're supposed to be in real life. And that's because at the time, they didn't really know that raptors had feathers, for an example. So that wasn't a science thing yet, because science is slow. So I guess, what do scientists know? They're telling us that Pluto's no longer a planet, that Triceratops for a while was not going to be considered a dinosaur. I'm like, guys, make up your freaking mind, okay? Moving on. Is it true that the Jurassic Park TV series was supposed to be released in the late 1990s? What? I didn't even know this was a thing, so screw you. What are the differences between the censored British ITV TV version and the uncensored version? Well, I'm going to guess that the censored version is censored, and the British ITV version was voiced by British people, maybe? I'm guessing Tom Holland did the voice of the kids. And Christian Bale did the voice of Grant, maybe? And who's a British actress? Emma Thompson did the voice of Dr. Sattler? I don't know. I don't know how it works. You British people are confusing. With that being said, look, I think I answered these questions pretty well, don't you? I don't know what the actual answer was in that one, but I don't care. So with that being said, I hope this was useful to you. Hopefully you learned a lot from me, because some of those answers I think I kind of knew, and some of them I did not. And maybe other people want to give some answers in the comment section below and make a mess out of everything, and make everything so much more confusing, because, you know, fake news is a trend now. With that being said, I hope you guys liked this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care.